In Hollywood, the pressure to stay looking young has driven many celebrities to get cosmetic surgery, sometimes with heartbreaking results. What may have started as a small, harmless procedure often turned into a series of choices they later came to regret. Today, we'll take a closer look at the stars whose pursuit of beauty went too far, and how the desire to stay forever young ended up affecting their lives in ways they never expected. Linda Evangelista. In the 1990s, Linda Evangelista wasn't just a supermodel, she was the supermodel. Her iconic face appeared on more than 700 magazine covers, defining an era when elegance, poise, and high fashion ruled. For many Americans of that generation, she became a symbol of polished beauty and effortless confidence. But behind that glamorous image was a chapter of her life that would later test her strength in unimaginable ways. In 2015, Linda decided to try cool sculpting, a popular fat-freezing treatment promoted as a safe, non-surgical alternative to liposuction. Many women her age were drawn to it, reassured by its promise of no downtime and celebrity endorsements. Linda expected a simple touch-up, nothing dramatic, just routine maintenance. Instead, she became one of the rare, unlucky cases. After several sessions, the treated areas began to enlarge and harden, distorting her chin, thighs, and chest. She was diagnosed with paradoxical adipose hyperplasia, a complication affecting less than 1% of patients, but severe enough to alter her body's shape. 2 liposuction surgeries followed in 2016 and 2017, yet the results couldn't be reversed. While the physical changes were painful, the emotional impact was even deeper. The woman who once defined the look of a generation now felt unrecognizable to herself. Feeling disfigured and overwhelmed, she stepped away from public life, avoiding cameras, industry events, and even longtime friends. Today, Linda has returned to the spotlight with remarkable courage. She models again, not to reclaim perfection, but to reclaim her voice. By speaking openly about her experience, she shines a light on the hidden risks of cosmetic procedures and reminds people, especially older generations facing aging, that true beauty lies in honesty, resilience, and survival. Kenny Rogers. For over 6 decades, Kenny Rogers was a true American icon. With his warm, husky voice and the steady, sincere gaze fans loved, he delivered classics like The Gambler and Islands in the Stream, songs that became a part of the nation's cultural memory. To generations of Americans, he represented the dependable, rugged, down-to-earth man you felt you could trust. But in the 1990s, as the entertainment world became more obsessed with youth and flawless looks, Rogers made a decision that would permanently change the face fans had admired for decades. As he aged, the glare of stage lights and unforgiving high-definition cameras amplified every line and shadow. Feeling the pressure of fame and the fear of looking outdated, he turned to cosmetic surgery. What started as a facelift and eyelid procedure meant to subtly refresh his appearance ended up transforming it dramatically. Instead of a subtle lift, the results left him with a tight expression, arched eyebrows, and a look fans struggled to recognize. Many were shocked. Critics were quick to notice the difference. Even Rogers admitted feeling unsettled when he saw his reflection. Years later, he openly regretted the choice, saying, "I wish I hadn't done it. I just wanted to look a little younger, but I lost my natural masculinity." While time softened the physical effects, the emotional impact lingered. Yet his greatest gift, his music, remained untouched. Rogers continued performing, recording, and sharing his stories until his passing in 2020 at age 81. In the end, his voice carried the honesty and hard-earned wisdom of a man who knew that aging, however imperfect, is simply a part of life. Rinna. Before becoming one of America's most recognizable TV personalities, Lisa Rinna had a simple dream: to feel more beautiful. At just 20, inspired by Hollywood glamour and the movie star lifestyle, she made a choice that would shape her image for decades. In 1986, she got permanent silicone lip injections, believing they would give her a signature look. For years, the results were exactly what she wanted. Her full, pouty lips became her trademark. The Rinna smile everyone recognized on red carpets and TV screens. But time had other plans. Over the years, the silicone began to harden, forming painful lumps and uneven shapes. Her once perfect lips became a daily struggle. After nearly 25 years, Lisa turned to a Beverly Hills surgeon in 2010 to remove the scarred tissue. The procedure eased her discomfort but couldn't completely reverse the damage. Privately, she wrestled with her reflection, a face that no longer felt like her own. Still, Rinna continued experimenting with fillers, Botox, and breast enhancements. Gradually, her features tightened, and her expressions became less natural. Fans who once loved her warmth began noticing something off, a stiffness that replaced her lively charm. Criticism followed, both online and in the media. By 2024, after years of speculation and harsh social media comments, Lisa finally spoke out. "Some of those fillers weren't for me. I had to dissolve them." Her honesty surprised many, but also highlighted the emotional toll of keeping up with Hollywood beauty standards. Today, Lisa remains active, embracing authenticity over perfection. The woman who once sought a small touch of glamour has become a cautionary symbol of Hollywood's obsession with youth, reminding everyone that the line between self-improvement and self-destruction can be as thin as a needle. Joan Van Ark. During the 1970s and 1980s, Joan Van Ark was one of TV's brightest stars. As Valene Ewing on Knots Landing, she became a household name, known for her soft features, kind eyes, and that unmistakably warm smile that captured classic Hollywood charm. But over time, the very face that made her famous gradually became her biggest concern. Her journey started in the early 1990s with a subtle rhinoplasty, a minor adjustment barely noticeable to most. Yet that small change led to more procedures: facelifts, eyelid surgeries, Botox, chemical peels, each one an attempt to hold back the signs of aging that felt like losing control. Instead of preserving the beauty she feared slipping away, the results became increasingly troubling. Her once radiant complexion grew pale and tight, her expressions more limited, and her smile no longer carried the natural warmth fans remembered. Under modern HD cameras, every procedure was magnified. By the 2000s, her dramatically altered appearance became tabloid fodder. Headlines asked, "What happened to Joan Van Ark?" While she downplayed the extent of her surgeries, the emotional and physical toll was evident. When she appeared in 2020 for the 40th anniversary of Knots Landing, many longtime viewers were shocked. They saw a face shaped not by time, but by years spent trying to fight it. Today, Joan keeps a quieter profile, appearing only at select reunions and charitable events. Despite the criticism, she remains proud of her accomplishments and the legacy she left on television. Her story is a powerful reminder that aging isn't an enemy to fight, but a chapter to embrace with grace, honesty, and acceptance. Latoya Jackson. Born into one of the most famous families in the world, Latoya Jackson grew up under a level of scrutiny few could imagine. Cameras followed her from childhood, and constant comparisons, especially to her legendary brother Michael, shaped much of her early life. In the 1980s, she set out to create her own identity as a singer, actress, and model. Her album, My Special Love, gained chart recognition, and audiences saw her as the warmer, more approachable Jackson sibling. But as her public profile grew, so did the pressure to maintain perfection and the insecurities of living in the shadow of a superstar whose appearance was always evolving. By the late 1980s, Latoya underwent her first rhinoplasty, a subtle adjustment that immediately drew public attention. From there, the procedures multiplied. Additional nose surgeries, facelifts, cheek and chin enhancements, and lip fillers. Each change seemed to take her further from the natural beauty she once had. Her features grew sharper, her expressions more rigid, and the softness in her smile faded. Tabloids called her the broken porcelain doll, a cruel nickname that only amplified comparisons to Michael, two siblings tied not just by blood, but by the impossible pursuit of flawless appearance. In the years that followed, Latoya became a symbol of Hollywood's relentless obsession with image. Every TV appearance sparked debates about cosmetic surgery and the emotional cost of fame. Yet behind the headlines was a woman quietly struggling with her own identity, seeking validation in a reflection she no longer recognized. Today, in her late 60s, Latoya lives a more private life, occasionally appearing on television and supporting projects that celebrate the Jackson legacy. Her story remains a powerful reminder that even in the most successful families, self-acceptance can be the hardest achievement of all. Goldie Hawn. For over 5 decades, Goldie Hawn has been a beacon of sunshine in American entertainment. Her sparkling blue eyes, unforgettable laugh, and natural warmth made her one of the most beloved actresses of the 1970s and 80s. She didn't have to try to be charming. Her light came from genuine joy. But Hollywood, an industry that idolizes youth and fears aging, rarely shows grace even to its most cherished stars. As time went on, Goldie faced the same pressures many actresses of her generation quietly endured. By the early 2000s, observers began noticing changes in her appearance, sparking speculation that she might have turned to cosmetic enhancements, fillers, Botox, or minor lift procedures. Goldie has never confirmed specific treatments, but public conversation about her look grew louder with each red carpet appearance. In 2014, when she attended the Academy Awards, commentary surged. Cameras captured a face that appeared fuller, smoother, and less expressive than fans remembered. Experts speculated about possible overuse of injectables, and audiences wondered if the efforts to maintain a youthful glow had unintentionally softened the spontaneity that once defined her charm. When she returned to the screen in 2017's comedy Snatched, some viewers felt her expressions seemed more restrained, as if her signature liveliness was struggling to shine through. Today, Goldie enjoys a quieter, deeply fulfilling life with her longtime partner, Kurt Russell. She devotes much of her time to family, especially her daughter, Kate Hudson, and to her educational nonprofit, Mind Up. Though age has naturally changed her appearance, the joy, heart, and laughter she brings to the world remain timeless. Cayetana. Fitz-James Stuart de Silva. For centuries, Spain's House of Alba has stood as a symbol of old-world power and grandeur. Yet no member of this historic family captured global fascination quite like Maria del Rosario Cayetana Fitz-James Stuart de Silva, the 18th Duchess of Alba, a woman of immense wealth, eccentric charm, and unmatched status. She held more than 40 noble titles, more than any other woman in the world. She lived a life of privilege, but like everyone else, she could not escape the passage of time. By the 1980s, as Europe celebrated her lively spirit and extravagant fashion, Cayetana began facing the realities of aging with determination. Observers noticed changes in her appearance, sparking speculation about cosmetic procedures, facelifts, injectables, and other attempts to maintain a youthful look. The Duchess never confirmed these rumors, yet her evolving features became a frequent topic of public conversation. Her situation grew more complicated when she developed Melkerson-Rosenthal syndrome, a rare condition that causes persistent facial swelling. In trying to conceal its effects, she reportedly underwent additional treatments, which only intensified her dramatic transformation. Despite the scrutiny, Cayetana lived boldly. In 2011, at age 85, she surprised the world by marrying a man 24 years her junior. The wedding made headlines not only for its romance, but also for the noticeable change in her appearance. Some admired her refusal to follow convention, while others saw a woman shaped by the pressures of beauty and nobility. When she passed away in 2014, she left behind palaces, art collections, and a legacy unlike any other. Her life remains a reminder that even those born into unimaginable privilege cannot buy youth, time, or peace with their own reflection. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a new video. See you in the next one.